Alright, it's time for Diamond Aatrox, and it's a game I've been wanting to upload for quite a while. But, a lot of my Aatrox games have been either corrupted or some crap like that. So, this one's the latest one I have that's actually pretty good. So I'll just straight to say it out right off the bat. Attack damage red, attack damage quince, armor yellow, magic resistance blues, and 921 0 masteries. Keep in mind that this is not my main, therefore I don't really have a lot of runes. So any games that is not on Stonewall, I tend to just have these kind of crappy runes, or the same ones. But these are very good, versatile runes, nonetheless. Here I make a massive mistake. I had a feeling Lee Sin was going to invade me, but I pulled Lizard way too far away. And he's able to focus his Q, do the execution damage, and kill it. I stick around and fight him nonetheless because I can kill him. I have a passive that pretty much makes me difficult, to do a trade with. He almost dies, and in kind of a fit of rage, I use my Q way too early and screw up the whole counter Q on Lee Sin, so he gets away. Nonetheless, I'll get some mid farm. The Arnia's already being a dick, so I'm going to just steal some of her farm without, even if it pushes it for her. I just don't care. Well, first I just take this, and as soon as she gets close, I just start stealing more of her farm. Even if she pings at me, it gets all angry. Nonetheless, my bottom lane just died. Well, one of the members just died, but they traded a kill. Enemy team got first blood, though. My team is not going to be having a good early game. Therefore, it's going to be an uphill battle for us. Nonetheless, I have to speak about the runes because that's important. Attack damage reds and attack damage quins are perhaps the most versatile runes you can purchase for junglers. Those runes work for pretty much anybody, including in lane, and they work even for some AP junglers rather well, like Diana and Cho'Gath. So it's like, and they're also very cheap IP-wise. Oh, by the way, here Yasuo stops me from murdering him with his little gust of tornado wind or whatever, and I get killed by Lee Sin, who ended up showing up just in time. So shit's bad. I buy 2 Doran's Blades in order to make up for this. If I have enough damage just from straight out Doran's Blades, I can murder anybody in a fight. Lee Sin has 1. So with me having 2, things should be in my way. Lee Sin kills the Vayne, and he tries to steal the blue. He makes this very obvious, so I just guide Lulu in to stop him. We end up coming face to face with Lee Sin. He takes a crap load of damage. I Q on top of him and finish him off. And that brings me back into the game. Now, keep in mind one thing. I did not start off with I did not start off with Doran's Blade. I started off with Machete. The nerfs to Aatrox's early sustain, plus the nerfs to Doran's Blade, and the buffs to Machete have made it that both are pretty interchangeable and acceptable starts. You may not exactly need the 5 potions that you come along with Machete, but it's nice to have them considering oftentimes you end up buying more potions anyways as a jungler. Now, as you can see, my team is very much behind, so now we're forced to come back in some way. Thankfully, Aatrox is a champion that can greatly help in this. See, if I get farmed or I do well, I can go damage. Like, either straight out glass cannon and murder everybody. That's perhaps one of the best strengths of Aatrox, his versatility, the options when it comes for builds. Another thing is, if I do okay, but I'm not, overly massive enough to just buy items, I could buy some damage items and then focus on pure tanking, so I can provide utility and survive, and then slaughter people with what other little damage I have. Or if I get screwed over, or I'm the only tank in the team, or some champion capable of initiating, then I build pure tank or supportish tank in a way, and that includes buying items like Randuin's Omen, which I actually will do in this game. After my 2 Doran's Blades, I decided to go straight out tank. Blind Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and then Randuin's Omen. I'm the only initiator, and thanks to my Q, which is a very goddamn powerful ability for a jungler, I will be able to initiate fights, pop my Randuin's, or just deliver Orianna's ultimate ball, plus Lulu's AoE slow from her ultimate, so it's a lot of use there. Aatrox is these champions that are in my team are very strong with Aatrox, so it's a lovely little combination I have to go in there. Also, one thing that's very good about Aatrox that a lot of people just don't quite get early until they become more experienced junglers is that Aatrox has his E, a poke ability. Poking is incredibly rare for junglers. There's only a couple that have it. AP, I mean, AP junglers tend to have it, like Maokai, Fiddlesticks, and Diana, and I guess Karthus in a way. And Mundo too, which is an AP jungler. He's a tank, but but he has AP aspects. And like, there's no other champions that can poke. Lee Sin doesn't really poke. I mean, his Q is very important, not to just waste like that, though he can use it just to hurt somebody sometimes. Nonetheless, the Aatrox pick was I believe I was the first pick in this game, and I picked Aatrox because of his sheer versatility. I mean, if my team does poorly, then I can fill, or doesn't pick properly, I can fill in the gaps easily. Aatrox is very versatile, though he's more of an offensive champion than he's a defensive champion, so keep that in mind. You don't have any actual steroids or tank abilities aside from your passive, which of course has a big-ass cooldown. But in this case, as I said, I initiate it on top of them, though I only get the Thresh. I still deliver Orianna's ball, yet it only hits Thresh too, and then I straight out go right after the Tristana. I almost kill her. Unfortunately, she gets to live, but the rest of her team gets slaughtered. So we kill 3 of them, and then the Aurelia at top is exchanging blows with Jax, and she ends up coming on top of that, so we end up killing 4 people. Well, of course, Jax was up top, so he wasn't part of this. And we get ourselves a dragon, and it helps us come back into the game. Thankfully, this whole Aatrox thing is going to become, you're going to witness more of his power a little bit later. The whole initiation, I mean. As you can see, my team's farm is pretty piss poor because of the early shenanigans that occurred. So now, we are trying to recover it. I'm building Randuin's Omen. That's the next important item that I need. And then I'm going to decide to build an item that you guys may not have expected, but I feel that everyone in my team could take advantage of, and it could help us win. Because my team is very sort of utility-based aside from the Vayne, and I feel, you know what, I'm pretty sure all of us could survive if we play our cards right and finish them and kite them and whatever. We have capabilities, but we need everybody to survive or play a part. So I thought maybe this next item, the Zeke's Herald, would be a very good purchase. Here I initiate on Yasuo, he fails his flash, and then we just promptly slaughter him. Easy peasy. Now we got the kills matched up, but they still have more, overall team gold than we do. Luckily, luckily the next team fights will be occurring soon, and I'll have Randuin's Omen very, very soon. And, things will become easier for us. Right now, the Orianna and Lulu are perhaps the most important members of the team. They will be what keeps us alive and what makes my initiations a lot more impactful. Vayne, of course, is our bread and butter damage dealer, who can pretty much slaughter anyone she comes into contact with, as long as she doesn't get CC'd. And Lulu and Orianna will probably be the ones to protect her, while I'll be the one to initiate and cause havoc. Aurelia's Aurelia. She does things. I was not particularly impressed with this Aurelia. I don't think she built properly. That said, fights. Here comes another fight. Orianna gets herself caught. Jax and everybody just try to destroy her. I mean, she gets killed. Then I initiate right on top of the Tristana. I go in, use my ultimate, and go in with Randuin's Omen. I get knocked back. I just attack the closest thing next to me, and it ends up being Thresh. However, as soon as Yasuo gets back to my back line, I turn on him to try to kill him. I do kill him, though I think I end up stealing that kill from Vayne. And we end up killing 2 of theirs just for exchange of 1 of ours. Irelia goes in gung-ho, and we kill the Lee Sin. She backs off. I jump right back on the Tristana, and she just gets away. And, instead, we just take Thresh's life and call it a day. As you can see, everyone on my team somehow survived. Well, aside from the Orianna, who died early and didn't really contribute much to that at that point. Except, I guess, setting them up for, being close up. But still, nonetheless, my team didn't die, and it just gives me hope for this game. Maybe if I build Zeke's Herald, or if I build some items that can help out the team, or all of us at the same time, then we can survive better, or we can repeat this same result. The Lulu bought Locket of the Iron Solari, and I was like, holy crap, Lulu, that was an excellent item choice. And it actually was. It would help us out a lot in these fights. Right now, as you can see, there's about 5 more minutes in this video and like a bunch of more minutes in this game. We are catching up to them gold-wise. And we have more kills than they do, but they still have the gold lead. Lulu gets caught here, but thankfully she's fucking fat for some reason. And I just jumped right in on Yasuo, popped my ultimate stun and everything. But I have my passive yet again, and they still focus me. They should have just run because my team was showing up. Thresh dies, Yasuo dies. I live just by a little bit of health. Tristana gets picked off, and then the Lee Sin gets chased off. Jax is just pushing top. So since I was almost killed, I go home, just buy home guard boots and go try to stop Jax. But he's so fucking unstoppable at this point. Jax mode has been activated, and there's nothing I can do to stop him. So it will be all up to Orianna and the Vayne to deal with it. Here was a massive mistake on my part. Lulu got caught by the enemy team after, they were slaughtered, and I tried to help her out. But I forgot that a Jax was in the proximity as well. So if it was just Lee Sin, I would have been able to kill him, but I couldn't deal with Jax, and he killed me. This is a massive mistake on our part. Because of this, the enemy team is able to take Baron and now pretty much solidify their advantage. All my team can do now is farm up and prepare for the inevitable, push. Fortunately for us, we've actually done enough to catch back up. I have a Randuin Zoman, I have the Zeke's Herald soon, and Orianna actually has a very proper build for this. She's not that easy to kill, especially if she manages to get out her Zonya's ring. And Lulu, I just love Lulu's build. It's very useful for our team. Nonetheless, we're just poking at each other, but it's to no of use. Yasuo initiates for some reason, and my team just ends up grabbing them in a massive AoE. Lulu sacrifices her life, but we're able to slaughter the Thresh, slaughter the Yasuo, and then just chase them off. We only lost Lulu, but we gained the foothold back here. I actually told my team we shouldn't push, but they insisted, and, thinking, you know what? Might as well, maybe I'd be able to stop them with my E. Turns out I can't stop a fucking Jax, so he ends up stunning us, and Aurelia dies. I'm going to die right now with my passive is going to be stripped from me. Like, Lee Sin managed to save Vayne for whatever reason, but I have no escape. So here I die pretty pathetically, and yeah, shit hits the fan. That was a very bad situation for us, and I should have trusted my gut and not invaded. I'm not pushed it. Here, Lee Sin goes in trying to kill the Vayne or Lulu Orianna. He survives because of Thresh's Iron Solari, but then he dies regardless. Then, my team just gets outright slaughtered. Everybody but the Lulu dies. Aurelia respawns and tries to make something happen, but she really just can't do anything. Once I respawn, though, I just beeline straight for the Jax and try to murder him. I ignore everybody, I hit him with my E, and then I just crush him with my Q. And then I turn to the Tristana, and she just throws me away from her with her ultimate, and we can't kill the Yasuo. So after that, we get pretty goddamn desperate. We decide, you know what, make a mad push. Baron is almost going to spawn, and I'm pretty sure we can't defend it. We clear everything out. I have Zeke's Herald, I buy everything, and then they're doing red. They're doing red, and I guess this is a lot of mistakes all at once. Here, I secure my own red, and I keep fighting. I feel I'll probably just die running, so I go in for it. And Orianna is way in the back, stuck because I think she was afraid of Jax jumping her. So because I pretty much foolishly went for the red, got myself caught and killed, and the Orianna couldn't go in there to get a good ultimate on them. And, the team just kind of got scattered, and we had no direction. It ended up proving to be what ultimately causes a loss. It is my fault we lost, but it could have probably been salvaged. Nonetheless, it is a defeat for us. But to be fair, we had a pretty good damn run at making a comeback. And it was a good display of what Aatrox can do as a jungler. So hooray for Aatrox in a sad, sad way. Victory anyways.